The rain poured endlessly that night, drumming on the thin roof of a tiny sewing shop tucked in a quiet alley of the city. Inside, Lina, a 23-year-old seamstress, worked late into the night, her hands trembling with exhaustion yet moving steadily through the fabric. Her dream was simple, to earn enough to feed herself and maybe one day own a small boutique. But fate had other plans. Just as she was about to close up, a faint cry echoed from outside. At first, Lina thought it was the wind until she heard it again. Louder, desperate. She ran to the doorway and gasped. Two tiny infants, wrapped in nothing but thin, soaked blankets, lay abandoned near the trash bin. Their faces were pale, lips trembling from the cold. Without thinking, Lina scooped them up, pressing them close to her chest as tears welled in her eyes. "Who would do this?" she whispered, her voice breaking. That night changed her life forever. A mother's promise. Lina took the Barbies to the local orphanage, but when the staff told her that they were full and the Barbies might be sent to a government facility hours away, her heart sank. She looked down at the tiny hands gripping her finger and made a decision that would shape her destiny. "I'll take them," she said softly. "I'll be their mother." The next few years were nothing short of a struggle. Her small shop barely earned enough to cover rent, let alone baby milk and medical bills. She skipped meals, stitched through the night, and patched her old clothes to make tiny outfits for the twins, Maya and Liam. There were nights when Lina would cry quietly as they slept, whispering to God to give her strength. But every morning, when two tiny voices called her Mama and hugged her with sleepy smiles, she felt like the richest woman in the world. Her love became their foundation, her sacrifices their wings. Years passed and hope bloomed. By the time the twins turned 6, Lina's sewing business began to grow. Word spread through town about her beautiful designs and the warmth she radiated with every customer. She never turned away anyone who couldn't pay, sometimes accepting vegetables, sometimes a simple thank you. Her kindness became her reputation. But life, as always, had its twists. One afternoon, while closing her shop, a man in a sleek black car stopped by. His clothes screamed wealth, but his eyes carried exhaustion and loneliness. He approached her with a polite nod. "Are you the seamstress people talk about around here, Lina, right?" "Yes," she said, cautious. "I need some custom suits tailored urgently. My name, Ethan Carter." Lina didn't know it then, but Ethan wasn't just another client. He was about to turn her peaceful world upside down. The return of the past. Over the next few weeks, Ethan visited often, sometimes for fittings, sometimes just to talk. He found peace in the simplicity of her shop, in her gentle laughter and the twins who would run around calling her Mama. One evening, as he watched Maya hand Lina a spool of thread and Liam proudly show a small drawing of their family, Ethan froze. The twins, they had his late wife's eyes. And then, like lightning striking, memories flooded him, the tragedy from 6 years ago. His wife had given birth to twins but died during childbirth. In the chaos and grief, the Barbies were stolen from the hospital nursery. The authorities never found them. Ethan had spent years searching, drowning himself in work, building his company from the ground up, becoming one of the youngest self-made millionaires in the city, yet his heart never healed. Until now. The truth unfolds. That night, Ethan returned to his penthouse and pulled out old photographs, reports, and DNA samples. He couldn't sleep. His mind raced with the resemblance, the timeline, the possibility. A week later, he asked Lina if he could take the twins for ice cream. She agreed, unaware that he secretly took a DNA swab. The results came in, 99.9% match. The twins were his. Ethan's world spun. Relief, disbelief, guilt, and gratitude collided inside him. The very woman who had unknowingly saved his children from dying in the streets had raised them with love greater than any wealth could buy. But how could he tell her? A heart torn between two worlds. When Ethan finally confessed, Lina's hands trembled. "What are you saying?" she whispered. "They're my children," he said softly. "I lost them years ago. I didn't know they were alive until now." Lina's breath hitched, the room blurred around her. "So you're here to take them away?" He shook his head, his voice breaking. "No, I just wanted to know the woman who saved them, who gave them love when I couldn't." But soon, the truth reached the twins through whispers from neighbors. Confused, they began to question who their real father was. Maya started pulling away. Liam stopped calling Lina Mama for a while. The pain was unbearable. The fear of losing them again haunted her nights. Ethan saw the sorrow in her eyes and felt his own heart ache. Despite his wealth, he had nothing compared to the woman who had filled their world with love. A decision of love. Weeks later, Ethan invited Lina and the twins to a park. The golden sunset painted the sky as laughter filled the air. Then Ethan knelt in front of Lina. "I spent years chasing money," he said. "I thought I could fix everything with success. But the truth is, you gave my children what I never could. You gave them a mother's heart. You gave me a second chance to be a father." He handed her a set of documents. "These are for you, the deed to a new shop, full funding for your designs, and a home for all of you, but only if you'll allow me to stay in their lives too." Lina's tears fell freely as the twins hugged both of them, smiling wide. That day, a broken family became whole again, not by blood, but by love, forgiveness, and gratitude. Years later, Lina's designs became famous, her boutique named Meyer and Liam Threads, funded and co-owned by Ethan's company. The twins grew up knowing two parents who chose love over pride. And though their lives changed forever, they never forgot the nights their mother sewed under a flickering bulb, whispering lullabies over the hum of her machine. Moral and closing message. Sometimes, family isn't found in the people who give you life, but in the ones who give you love. Lina's kindness didn't just save 2 lives, it healed 3 hearts.